Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks so much for watching. My name is Ashley, and today we're going to be doing a pretty fun video. This is a video that I watched Emily Noel do. I'm not sure who did it before her, so if you know, leave it in the comments below. But this is going to be if I could only keep 5 makeup products for the rest of my life, what would I choose and why? And I'm going to put them on my face to kind of help explain it. But, so what I chose was, it's a primer, a mascara, a setting spray, a foundation that works as a foundation and a concealer, palette that has pretty much everything I would need to do the rest of my face. So it may not always be these exact products, but it would be products exactly like this, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So the first product I chose is the No Problem Prime Essence by Touch in Sol. This is a good primer, and it does what I need for my dry skin. So I've really been enjoying it. It's very liquidy, but it sinks in really nice to the skin. This was a hard challenge to do because you really need a palette that you can use on your face and eyes. So that was hard because I don't like palettes that have everything in them. So that was the number one product. And then I'm gonna let that sit for a second, but we'll talk about the next one. So for foundation, I chose the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. The reason I chose this is because, for one, I don't have to set it, and for two, it looks nice under my eyes still, so it works as a concealer as well, and it builds up nicely. So it's got a big doe foot. What I like to do is just take it and just smear it everywhere, and then I'll use my beauty sponge to blend it out. And I am going to take this up onto my eyelids so that they can be primed as well. Okay, so I've got my foundation done. And like I said, this doesn't really have to be set, but since I did take it so close under my eyes and on my eyelids, what I'm going to do is take the palette that I chose and just set around that area. And I haven't used any shades out of this palette for this, so I'm hoping it works. But the palette that I chose was the Morphe and James Charles palette. This isn't my favorite palette, but it has everything I would need, so that's why I chose it. It's humongous, and then all the shades come on a plastic sheet, but this is what it looks like on the inside. Like, literally, this palette is huge. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the big white shade and a little bit of this banana shade and mix them together and very lightly set my under eyes. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use it on my eyebrows. It's probably going to look ridiculous because we'll see. So I'm going to take this little Real Techniques like sponge applicator thing, and I'm going to go into, I want something a little bit more cool tone. Actually, I'm going to go into this shade here. It's a little bit, it's more neutral, which would work better for my eyebrows. Actually not too bad, surprisingly. It looks like it would be a blonde brow powder. Y'all, I've had this palette since it came out. Like, I got it on the first release. I just knew it was going to blow up and be huge before all of the James Charles scandal with Tati, and we don't really stand him no more, and all of that. And I've used it once. I haven't even swatched it, which is ridiculous for me because, like, getting a new eyeshadow palette, my favorite thing ever in the world is to swatch it. So that's kind of surprising. I'm going to use a little spoily brush. Alright, so now we are going to, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyelids. Hopefully I don't have problems with this palette. So I'm going to take this shade, this yellowish shade here for my transition shade. This palette is just ridiculously huge. But the good thing about this palette is it does have everything you would need if this was the only thing you had. And then I'm going to go into the shade right next to it. It looks a lot oranger on camera than it is. It's really not that orange. And then for my outer corner, just because I'm keeping it simple today, I'm going to take the shade right next to it. Because why not? Alright, and then for my eyelids themselves, there's actually not a lot of shimmer shades in here, which is kind of surprising. I'm going to go with this like pinky shimmery shade here. It's more like a satin. That looks way more champagne on my finger. So, this is my eyelid look. Nothing crazy, just something really simple. I wanted to show that in a palette so full of crazy colors because, like, this is bright orange, these are reds, these are really deep, smoky, cool tone colors, the bright ones, the pinks over here. You still can make a very neutral, everyday wearable look. And I could have even gone more neutral because this is still on the very warm orangey yellow side. So, but now for the fun part is figuring out how to do this for my face stuff. So for contour, this is going to be the hard part because this shade is real orange and I don't want to be orange. So what I'm going to do is, how am I going to do this? I'm going to take the shade I deepened up my outer crease with, or outer corner with, and mix it with the white shade. So hopefully it'll make it lighter. It's not too terrible, actually. I mean, it's not the best, obviously. But I mean, I could make it work. Especially after, if this was the only thing I had, after so many attempts, trial and error attempts, I would figure out what would work. Yeah, in person it looks a lot better. On camera it's still picking up kind of harsh. So it's definitely more red than I would like, but it's really not that bad. Like I said, trial and error, I could end up making it work. I'm just going to take more of that white shade and just try to tone it down just a hair. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I guess that's a good place to be at right now. Now for blush, this is going to be the hard part because these pans are so teeny tiny. So hopefully this doesn't make me look too bruised. I'm going to go into this more like deep mauve shade and I'm going to mix it with the light pink. I say that. And I'm going to try to use my blush brush. Yeah, I definitely don't hate that. Now I'm going to finish up my under eye area for shadow. I'm going to go into that orangey shade, that burnt orange. And then for highlighter, what I'm going to use is, so I'm going to mix a little bit of two shades here. I'm going to take the large pan shimmer shade and then this light shimmer, because the large pan shimmer shade looks a lot darker than it's swatched on my hand. That's beautiful. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the light shimmer shade and just highlight the brow bone and the inner corner. Alright, so that's everything for the face. Overall, it would definitely take some getting used to, some trial and error, but I don't hate it. So there's that. The only problem I would see is if you had to travel, this would be beyond difficult to travel with because it is so humongous. So it's up to you. Then my fourth product is going to be my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. I'm going to go ahead and put it on right now, and then I'll be right back. But actually, before I do that, my fifth product is my Urban Decay All Nighter. I could have chose something, like I could have chose like a face palette or something to make it easier, but I just can't see a full-on makeup look without a primer and a setting spray. So that's just my personal opinion. If you don't like one of those, you could swap them out for us, like a highlight, blush, and bronzer palette, which they make. So that would just be personal preference. But I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. But I like to set my face before my mascara so that way my mascara doesn't run. So I'm going to do my mascara and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here is my finished look. So to recap, I chose the No Problem Prime Essence, my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and the James Charles and Morphe palette for everything. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you would choose. It was really fun to do this video because it made me think and go through my collection and see, you know, if something were to happen and I could only, you know, I lost everything and I could only buy essential products, what would they be? And I feel pretty confident about these. So yeah, let me know your picks, and please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you know when I post, because I am a very small channel, so it's hard to find me otherwise. But yeah, thanks so much for watching guys. Bye.